Barbarian proves to be an original and shocking horror flick for the fall, but does it reach its true barbaric potential? Let's find out. Barbarian focuses on a young woman by the name of Tess, played by Georgina Campbell, as she embarks on a crazy string of days in a seemingly normal Air BnB in Detroit. The film is more grounded in reality as opposed to the typical haunted house flick we see nowadays. One of the best parts of the film is the cinematography. The camera work immerses the audience right off the bat, and is used to expert effect when the more suspenseful sequences occur. For me, the visual elements of the film really set this apart from other horror movies in the genre. As far as the vibe the movie gave me, I drew the comparison to a mix of Outlast 2 and Resident Evil, if you played those games, at least in tone and subject matter. The film does start off particularly slow, but eventually ramps up into a surprisingly crazy ride, and one that's really fast-paced as well. The film does a clever job at switching tone on a whim. While some might find this complete 180 turnaround from horror to comedy jarring, the film sells it and it actually ends up working in its favor, at least in my opinion. Many of these comedic moments stem from Justin Long's character AJ, which shows glimpses from his previous roles. While some may criticize Long's range when it comes to his acting, his character in the film actually fits quite nicely among the disturbing events that transpire. Now for some of the gripes. While the acting in the movie was solid throughout, there were a few moments where it felt sort of like a TV movie. Bill Skarsgård had a few of these moments, as did Georgina Campbell, although she does an excellent job in the grand scheme of things. While their chemistry was good in some scenes, others felt a little rigid. However, that sense of tension and unease was still captured regardless. Another minor problem I had with the film was some of the moments they decided to keep into the actual film. I felt that some of the scenes they showed didn't add to the overall storyline, while they did provide good world-building moments and a closer look at some of the characters, and even the history of the actual house. Some of these scenes could have been cut in my opinion. With that being said, they aren't bad moments at all, they just didn't add as much as I would have liked, especially when you get towards the end of the movie. With that being said, Barbarian does what I wish a lot of horror movies would do, which is completely slash and burn all the typical tropes that are so overdone in the horror genre. The movie goes out of its way to cover all bases in a realistic way. There are many moments where I was expecting one thing to happen, but something completely different did, and that's so refreshing. It was really great to see such originality in a genre that has become absolutely redundant over the years. But overall, Barbarian is a hit and stands as a wild, shocking, and entertaining horror flick. While it may be weird and even disturbing for some viewers, it's definitely worth checking out on a rainy day. Barbarian gets a 7.5 out of 10. For more movie reviews and lists, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much for watching and for all the support.